everyone. Welcome to the 93rd Annual National Honor Society Induction at Lowell High School.
Hello and welcome to Lowell High School's 93rd Annual National Honor Society Induction Ceremony. I'd like to start first by welcoming you all and by congratulating this year's juniors and seniors. You've all worked very hard to be a part of the National Honor Society. So congratulations to the NHS 2020 inductees. As Lowell High School's head of school, I'm honored to be a part of this celebration. The students being recognized today represent some of our finest, and they each share a common bond. They have all met the requirements to be inducted into the National Honor Society. So congratulations once again to all of you who are being honored tonight. This has been a challenging year for our students, and I don't think I need to remind you of that. But one thing has remained true through it all, is that Lowell High School students are amazing. And what makes you so great is your resiliency and ability to adapt. Each of you has risen to the challenges you have faced and accomplished so much in the face of adversity. I'm so very proud of each and every one of you. You are smart, you are kind, you work hard, and you are balanced and well-rounded individuals. I look forward to being a part of your journey here at Lowell High School, and I can't wait to see the great things you will be giving back to our community. And now, I'll hand it over to this year's National Honor Society President, Isabel Gervais. But first, please welcome Emma Morrison to sing our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Good evening, NHS members, soon to be inducted NHS members, parents, faculty, staff, and members of the Lowell High School community. My name is Isabel Gervais, and it is a pleasure to be this year's NHS president. Our Lowell High School's National Honor Society has a long history of acceptance and inclusion of all students. It is also one of the oldest National Honor Societies in the country. This evening is our 93rd annual induction ceremony. Right now, we are all facing one common battle: COVID-19. This has affected everybody's life in some way. I would first like to send my condolences to anyone who has lost a loved one due to the virus. It is a hard time for everyone, but we all have each other's support. And many of us have already been support in both big and small ways. Simply checking in on a neighbor or friend can go a long way. During quarantine, I was still fortunate to be able to help others. I taught dance at the virtual summer school program at the McAvenue Elementary School. It was a positive distraction for both the children in the program and for myself. NHS will be another way to provide you with opportunities to give back during these times. We have many plans for the future that I'm excited to share with you once they're ready. In previous years, we have hosted blood drives to support our local blood banks, collected food for our annual food drive to support our local food bank, and ran several tutoring programs at elementary schools around the city, including our own freshman academy. Our students served their 20-plus hours of community service in a variety of settings, including mentoring or tutoring in after-school programs, volunteering at hospitals, nursing homes, soup kitchens, a robotics club for elementary students, city and library events, and so much more. This year, we are hoping to continue that tradition by beginning with our upcoming food drive. We are also working on linking up our NHS members with a robotics program in an elementary school virtually, and a COVID supply drive, just to name a few of our fall projects. Finally, I would like to say congratulations. The National Honor Society is an amazing honor and a great way to contribute to your community. I have gained and strengthened so many traits by being in NHS, such as scholarship, leadership, character, and service. NHS has prepared me for the future and has shaped me into the person I am today. Thank you. I am also very excited to announce the NHS officers for this school year. First off is myself, Isabel Gervais, as president. Vice presidents are Nicole Bula and Adishri Hande. Secretaries are Abigail Mitchell and Jada Turner, and treasurer is Arlene Tetalarty.
Hi, my name is Yogo, and I'm representing the scholarship pillar. When one thinks of scholarship, the first things that come to mind are schools, grades, and people with glasses. However, the National Honor Society believes that the pillar of scholarship goes beyond that. First, the scholarship pillar symbolizes the intellectual curiosity and creativity of NHS students. To be intellectually curious is like to be a kid and restlessly ask questions when first going to the zoo. To be part of the society is a recognition that you question things and not only take them for granted. It means that besides your personal goals, you thrive to empower yourself with knowledge. In Greek mythology, the goddess Athena represents wisdom and knowledge. She was born after Zeus, the almighty god of Olympus, had experienced a terrible headache, and Athena is appearing fully grown from his forehead. The birth of Athena is also a way to explain the scholarship pillar. NHS students are observant and thoughtful, and they work to make their ideas of improvement come to life, because just like a headache, they cannot hold their thoughts back, for it hurts them to be passive. This way, the scholarship pillar also stands for the proactive way that students use their knowledge. We live in a reality that is evolving with information at an unprecedented speed. Granted a combination of global scale research and technology, society has access to almost any kind of information on their hands. And here at the NHS, we value that. Learning how to use this combination is the key to making the most out of your academic potential. Therefore, being a scholar is also about taking advantage of the opportunities to empower yourself with knowledge. The National Honor Society believes that the academic experience of the students goes beyond the classroom. Knowledge is not found only in classrooms or in just books, but also in conversations. The scholarship pillar stands for both academic and popular wisdom. Lastly, for you, about to be part of this society, remember to be ambitious about knowledge and forget that there is a limit to such.
Hello everybody, my name is Matthew Flores and I'm presenting the National Honor Society induction speech about leadership. Leadership is a crucial skill that is needed to become successful. People look for leaders who are honest, compassionate, and formal about everything that they do. In the National Honor Society at Lowell High School, we keep these beliefs and many more as our objective to enforce the true meaning of being a leader. As a cadet in the Air Force Junior ROTC, we were taught that people want leaders who both care about the mission and the people. The National Honor Society keeps this true to their heart. Being a leader is not an easy job. You have to make sure you aren't too constricting while not being too laid back. Finding a balance is very important. A good way to do this is by asking your peers about yourself or reflecting on yourself personally. We're all leaders and role models in our own way, no matter what position you are in. People always look up to you. Leadership isn't something that you wake up knowing how to do. No one can be a perfect leader, because there is always a lesson to learn. You learn these lessons through experience and patience. The National Honor Society shows you that all great leaders have to start small in order to gain a level of trust within their peers. Trust is another important quality for a leader. If you don't have trust, your peers will not follow you. I have encountered many great and admirable leaders, some lost in the written pages of history, leaders present in today's society, and future leaders who have not realized their full potential. One of them that sticks out to me is Winston Churchill. Mr. Churchill was a lieutenant colonel in the Great Britain Army in World War I and the Prime Minister of Great Britain in World War II. During the Battle of Britain in World War II, major cities in his country were being bombed, and he kept his country strong and never gave up in a world lost by rage. He kept his people's morale up and patriotism up as well. And with this act, he led his country to a victory in this battle. The National Honor Society at Lowell High School teaches you that you need more than academics to succeed in this vast world that we call home. You must possess character, leadership, service, and scholarship. Without one of these skills, the other cannot persevere. We're all special in our own ways. We have talents, skills, and tricks that make you stand out more than others. I'll end with a quote that covers this speech. A small body of determined spirits fired by unquenchable faith in their mission can alter the course of history. I'll now light the leadership's candle.
Hi, my name is Priscilla Chove, and I am a current member of the National Honor Society, and I will be speaking about service. As one of the more visible pillars of National Honor Society, service is seen through the kind acts we take, whether that is helping a friend out with homework, volunteering at a shelter, or even holding the door for the person behind you. It is about doing good for others, highlighting the common goal to make the world a better place. What's so great about service is that it creates a domino effect. When one person chooses to help, others are inspired to follow suit. Serving others builds up leadership, showcases good character, and takes integrity to continue doing without expecting anything in return. It is both the cause and effect of building a community. There is an aspect of service that is not often brought up: taking care of yourself. It is the less visible side to service. As important as it is to benefit the community we are part of, we owe it to ourselves to be healthy, physically, mentally, and emotionally, in order to help those around us. Service can be mistaken for altruism, but it is actually more than that. It is more than working hard for the well-being of others. It is working hard for the well-being of all. All includes you. National Honor Society pushes its members to partake in volunteer work, not just to serve others, but to encourage us to become better members of society. That is service. How we view service changes with time, because in order to help the world, we need to know what the world needs help with. Amid a global pandemic, it is now more important than ever to care for ourselves and others, whether that is family, friends, or even a stranger. We wear masks, social distance, and patiently wait for the day leaving our house comes with less restrictions. With different social issues surfacing all over the world, it is vital that we listen to each other. Service means to listen, learn, absorb, and help. By doing so, you serve yourself and others. You serve the world.
Hi, my name is Madison Morneau, and I will be doing a speech on character. Bruce Lee once said, "Knowledge will give you power, but character respect." As members of the National Honor Society, you are all well respected by your peers and your teachers, but what does that say about your character? Character is defined as the mental and moral qualities distinctive to an individual. As one of the pillars of National Honor Society, character represents all of the positive attributes of its members. Having good character is being trustworthy, responsible, and knowing right from wrong. As members of National Honor Society, you are recognized for how your good character positively impacts your community. Maybe you always show up to school on time, or maybe you reach out to the new kid in your class who seems lonely. Maybe you always complete your assignments, or are at least honest if you haven't. Whatever you do to show your good character, it impacts the people around you. Your peers are inspired by your good character, and your teachers are grateful for it. Last summer, I was inspired by a little boy who demonstrated good character at a very young age. I work in a candy store, and his friend wanted to steal one of the little lollipops by the door, thinking I wouldn't notice. The little boy insisted that his friend shouldn't steal, and even offered to buy it for him if he really didn't want to pay for it. At the time, I laughed because the kids were cute and did not realize I could hear their whole conversation, but in the end, I was inspired at how the little boy stuck to his morals and was so generous. By sticking to your morals and standing up for what you believe in, you inspire those around you even when you don't realize it. I hope that being accepted into National Honor Society will help you realize your impact on others, and I hope you use your impact in the best way possible. Thank you.
When you first look at Mr. Murphy, you would probably never know that he has cystic fibrosis. You also probably wouldn't know that he has visited all the 50 states, or that he not so secretly enjoys Taylor Swift music. You would only know this after seeing the tray of medications and nebulizers he takes every day, or by seeing the toll a regular flight of stairs takes on his lungs. Mr. Murphy grew up in Watertown, Massachusetts, and the village of Sneem in County Kerry, Ireland. When in high school, he was diagnosed with cystic fibrosis, a long-term disease that causes many complications in the body, but mainly in the lungs. Not only did Mr. Murphy have to face a completely new reality while growing up, but since the diagnosis had been at such a late age, a lot of the damage had already been done. Despite this, Mr. Murphy was able to graduate from Boston College, earning his degree in education in 2002. Unfortunately, his health eventually declined, and that is when he started to consider a lung transplant. A lung transplant is a reality that a lot of patients with CF have to face eventually. For Mr. Murphy, it was in his 30s. Even though it was a hard decision, knowing that the end result would be having a better quality of life, a lung function above the 25% he was living with at the moment, made it all worth the risk. On May 29, 2018, Mr. Murphy received a double lung transplant. It was a hard process, but he always maintained a positive attitude and eventually surpassed the doctor's expectations when it came to his recovery. Mr. Murphy went on to write 2 books detailing his journey with CF and his lung transplant, and has now been teaching for the last decade at Lowell High School as a history teacher. Students who have him as a teacher can tell that he's someone who works to make his classes creative and different. He not only is able to provide structure and engage his students, but he's also someone who is understanding and does everything he can to help and address his students' needs. In the end, through his experiences, Mr. Murphy shows that you shouldn't dwell on what you have no control over, and instead focus on what you can control, how you live your life and what you do with it. Having said all of that, I'm really proud to announce that this year's Teacher of the Year is Mr. Murphy. Congratulations.
Hello, esteemed students of the National Honor Society. I'm very honored that you've chosen me for your Teacher of the Year for NHS for 2020. Thank you very much. So, let me tell you a little bit about myself for people that may not know me. My name is Mr. Murphy. I've been teaching in Lowell since 2004, and a couple of years ago I had a double lung transplant in 2018, and during that operation I had a stroke, and the reason I had the lung transplant is because I was born with cystic fibrosis, and that's what caused it. All these things I had no control over. And so my message for you is that that's how life goes. It's not fair. There will be challenges, there will be obstacles you have to face. I mean, just look at 2020. Your junior and senior year looked totally different than anything you could have expected just a short time ago. We could complain about these things, and I can complain about my situation, but I don't. Instead, I strive to overcome these circumstances, and you can as well if you do a few things. Number one, as long as you believe in yourself and that you can accomplish things, then you can do it. Number two, if you're determined to do something, you can definitely do it. So you got to set your mind to it, and you should be able to do it. And the third thing is don't give up. And especially when the going gets tough, have perseverance and stick with it, and you will, achieve all the things you want to achieve in life. And I wish you the best of luck in the future, and I hope that you all have a lot of success, and congratulations.
Thank you everyone for taking part in our very special 2020 ceremony.